guys, it is Sonia coming to you live today from Junk Monkey Paint Company here in my studio where I love to fling some paint. So guys, I have to tell you that you guys know, of course, we have our YouTube channel. I've been working on that since this past summer, and every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday I do a new vlog upload, and so hopefully you guys are taking advantage of all the tutorials and just the fun stuff behind the scenes over there. But this morning I was working in my studio and I created this gorgeous shabby style look here with some of these really cute cotton stems. You guys know, if you've been following me, that I kind of like the cotton stems, right? You know what I'm talking about? These things right here. I don't know what it is, but I am drawn to things like pussy willows and cotton stems. So say yes if you too also have that addiction. But this morning I was showing you on my YouTube channel, I filmed this on how to create basically just cute, shabby, you know, cotton ball style. And if you want to see how I brought this together, this is just a cabinet door. Go over there, watch that. In fact, Kate is on the other side with me right now, and I'm pretty sure, Kate, if you would be so kind to pull up that YouTube link, make sure you're over there because this one's over there. And I was even thinking, like, even though I ended the video for YouTube, I'm like, you know what? I can see like a word down here. So you know what? I'm just going to add this in. So for the rest of the tutorial, you'll find it all on YouTube. This is just a stencil that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I think that if I put a word right below that, and then, you know, I'm all about balancing out, meaning that the colors that I use in here, I want to bring it somewhere else. I don't like it when I just see color in one part of a design, right? Like I like to bring it around, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead. And before I move on to the wooden tray I'm going to be painting today, let's like conclude this one, all right? What do you guys think of this little cabinet door flip? Some see a cabinet door that needs to be thrown out. I see the potential for a gorgeous sign. Oh, and there we go. All right, now it says dream. I know it's going to look backwards to you. Once again, trust me. Yeah, how cool is that? Let me see if I can flip it for you guys. Only because, you know, we can do that now. Facebook has these wonderful things that lets us do this now. So there we go. Yay! How cool is that, right? All right, so that project is concluded, but I have to tell you that, yeah, make sure you go watch that. You get some ideas. Okay, so here's the deal. Remember this little wooden tray here? I think I paid $7 for it, going off memory here, at the Dollar General, and I'm like, we're gonna paint something. I don't know what we're gonna paint, but we're gonna paint something with this. So today is the day, all right? And so I have been, like, I love like whimsical style. I love whimsical style and all that goodness. So I think I'm gonna start with putting down some black and starting to bring this baby to life, all right? You know what I'm saying? What's everybody out there doing? Tell me what you're up to today. Thanks for being here. Hey, Katie Jacobs, Vogel, thank you for sharing today. I appreciate you. And yes, we'll do some banana bucks. So let's do that. Let's, you know, for anybody who shares this video, I will call out one lucky person at the very end for sharing the video and hanging out and chat with us live here, showing your Junk Monkey support and love. And yeah, so $20 to be able to use online at junkmonkeypaint.com, all right? So I'm just laying down some black velvet right now, real quick. Seriously, like seriously, just really quick putting it on. I want this tray to be shabby whimsical. Right now, it's just like got the new wood smell, new wood look, you know what I'm talking about? And so it is hungry, thirsty, because wood is porous, right? So, in fact, I think I got a message yesterday in our Junk Monkey Paint Projects group, and it said, before I use Junk Monkey paint on palettes, do I have to prime? And a bunch of you guys were like, nope, just grab a brush, go bananas, and you're good to go, right? So not only does our paint pretty much stick to every surface under the sun, but also, and I'm using our chalky style paint right now, but also when you're working with wood, so like think of palette wood that's unfinished, it's just rough cut wood. This is just newly cut wood. Wood is porous. That is why sometimes we buy furniture and it smells, right? It like takes up the smell of what's going on in that home, whether somebody smoked or just how the, you know, you can, you know, seriously, if you burn a tart warmer in the corner for a while, next thing you know, if you move that piece of furniture that it was sitting on into another house, you're gonna still smell that, right? Maybe the cinnamon or something like that. It's because wood is porous and it absorbs odors. and things like that, right? So I say that to say that when you are working on pallets, or in this case, just a wooden tray like this, no, you will not have to prime, because that wood is so hungry and thirsty, going, oh, give me a nice cool drink. Love some Junk Monkey. So it's gonna suck it all in and love it. So I'm using one of my shabby chip brushes, which is what I use when I want to get a really cool old distressed look. And so actually today would be a good idea to show you, or a good way to show you like why I use it. So if I'm trying to paint distressed style, which you'll notice that's what I like to do, is if I use a shabby chip brush, when I pull it over, do you see how it doesn't cover? Do you see every time I do a brush stroke, it still leaves me with all the wood showing through? So imagine you want some of that wood showing through, or maybe you have painted it already this black color and you go over it with a shabby chip brush with another color. What happens is you get that really cool old look, right? So that combined with the power of the Junk Monkey and the fact that, you know, you can put it on any surface and it dries a flat matte look, you get this beautiful old time-worn look. And so if you love time-worn, shabby, rustic, distressed, whatever you want to call it, that is a good tool to use. So if you're getting your paint, grab your brush as well. You'll find it all on our website. All right, so that was quick, right? We just put that all over. Again, I'm going shabby style, so I don't really care if I have a little peekaboos of wood coming through anywhere. In my mind, I'm just like, woohoo. All right, and you can, like, this is just a new wood tray that I found at the Dollar General. I'm gonna throw this into my paint, into my mug of water. But just know that you can also go to, for example, like your thrift stores and places like that, and find ones. Who cares if somebody's already painted something on them before, because you can paint over that, right? So if you can pick up a used tray, whether it's new or not, just go ahead and paint it right up. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the fact that you know, you can do like trays to put on your coffee table to make it like a centerpiece. You know, do something like that with it. I use trays on my desk to kind of like use it to put all my jars of pens or paintbrushes in, you know, to store my stick-it notes, that sort of thing. So tray doesn't have to be just for serving hot cocoa in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You can totally repurpose it into something else. Whoa, Martha. Oh, Martha, I remember seeing. Yes, absolutely. Yep, your Junk Monkey is on the way, girl. Oh, it's Anna's anniversary. Say what? Look at all the love you guys are giving. That's so awesome. All right, so I'm just gonna, like, it dries really, really fast. But I'm going to help it along here with my heat gun, because I always say it's no fun watching paint dry. So, you know. All right. Almost done with this part. So just sucks it in. Love it. Now I've just got a flat matte tray. Honestly, I could stop there. I could put a little sealer on it, and now I've just got a classic tray. That's as easy as it is. That's a pretty basic flip, right? Of course, I'm going to continue on because I'm a sucker for some shabby love. But yeah, that's all you would have to do. So for somebody who's watching, is like, how do I use your paint? Well, you pick project, you put your paint on it. This is the chalky style that I'm using, so it's already pre-made, ready to go for you. And then all you would do is just distress any edges that you want. So just kind of doing this to show somebody out there that this is all you would have to do. Then distress your tray. So this will give me, like if I left this right now where it is, I would definitely have what I would call a primitive look on my hands, right? Just somebody who loves country, rustic, primitive. Man, you're gonna love our black velvet because it's a true black. And then all you would do is, way to go, imagine putting this on your table. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you right now, just having a beautiful black tray like that and putting some, like, you know, something like this that then you can decorate for the seasons, putting your orange pumpkins in it, putting a little bit of greenery into it, putting a candle on it. How beautiful would that be, right? And remember, this was just an unfinished wood tray right here. And now you've got this, what looks like now like a heavier thing, right? So I love that. Now, of course, I'm going whimsical with this one, so I'm going to add some striping onto it. So I'm going to grab my painter's tape, and this is clean release. What that means is whatever brand of tape that you buy, make sure that it's not like electrical tape or duct tape or anything like that that's going to take your paint out with it. Go with the painter's tape, and it is made for painters just like us. Oh, I see that blob in there. Let me go ahead and grab that. All right, so you could measure out your stripes. For me, I am going to go like, you know, I am an imperfectly perfect painter. I like to just get in and go with my projects and eyeball it up and move on, okay? And have fun in the creation versus getting carried away. And is my stripes just perfect? I don't care, because it's the overall look that I'm going for, right? So pretty much I put a stripe down the middle. You could measure that out if you want. This might even be a little bit sideways. I told you, like, honestly, don't care. It's gonna be awesome when it's done. So now what I can do is use that cheat trick that I shared with you guys the other day. You could always do your stripes by tearing off a little piece of your tape and basically allowing the width of your tape. You can measure it off and tape it off with, like, for example, a chalk stick if you want to do that. But if you're going to use the tape, why not use it as a guide as well? Because your stripes start from the middle. It will help you figure out how to space it and do it just right, okay? And again, you could get all crazy with the Cheese Whiz and put like tape over here and tape over there versus just straight in the middle if you want to make sure that your stripes are absolutely perfect. But it depends on that look that you're going for, right? If I was putting stripes all over the front of a dresser, I probably would take my time a little bit more and make sure that everything's just fine, because maybe it would be a big area with a lot of stripes. But just know that, you know, it doesn't have to be hard. And in fact, that's what I love. So I'm like looking at right here and just kind of seeing how much width I'd have. Do I even want to put one more, try to put more stripe in there? Let's see here. What am I thinking? I guess I could. All right, so let's go ahead and put that down there. It's just like this little tiny space left over. So it's not really enough to worry about. But just for the sake of it, we'll just go ahead and throw some down there. Just like that. So what's everybody working on? What project do you have that you're working on this week? Tell me, are you working on a dresser? Are you working on something for your porch? You know? Who's going to do one of the pumpkins that I shared with you guys yesterday on here? Go back and watch that. And make sure you're subscribed to our email address, because, guys, I send out emails and with projects that I have going on. So if you don't want to miss a free tutorial for a project and you love the way that I paint and you love the type of projects that I do, that's a great way to make sure you're on our VIP list. And we also, that list, the people who want to stay connected that close, of course, by email. You guys also get like things like, you know, codes that come from time to time in your email where you can save, you know, you can save some discount savings and all that goodness. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's just do the other side real quick. So make sure you're on that list. But yesterday I sent out the email with the links to 2 pumpkin tutorials that I've done. So this is a great season to, you know, bring forward the pumpkins. All right, so there we go. Does that make sense? All good and straight down just like that. So I love that. Just like that. All right. So just let's make sure we take up those little guide pieces. Leave the tape down. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, I gotta tell you, I could go all kinds of colors on here right now. I could do anything with the black. I mean, here's the point where you go, what kind of color do I want to do? I could put green down here, teal down here, anything I want. I'm gonna go with like what I think about when I think about like witch striped, you know, socks, right? So I'm gonna add a little bit of my vintage white here. Let me get a little bit off, and I like to offload. And now what I'm gonna do is just go ahead, take a shabby chip brush, and give myself a layer of this, right? I don't want to do too thick. Remember, I'm going to paint this more of a shabby whimsical. So that means I like a little bit of the black showing through with my white paint. So use my shabby chip brush that gives me those peekaboos like I talked about earlier on. So it's an easy way to cheat it. Yeah. go ahead, make sure we get our stripes. And because they are stripes, I'm going to go this way, right? All right. So this in my mind right now is like, you know, it's my background for my tray. Just making sure all my stripes look good. I always tell you guys that when you're painting, paint with the direction of, like, for example, this case, your stripes, your grain, you know, go with the flow. So I'm not gonna paint, for example, up and down, right? I'm gonna go and create those long leading lines. Painting should be fun. It should not be stressful. Did you guys hear the chainsaws outside the window today? Can you hear that? I had to close my window because I swear all you would hear would be chainsaws, because that's what's going down outside today. Yeah. Hey, Adam. Yes, please. Heck yeah. Adam's working on sample cards for you guys. They are up on the website, and seriously, when you buy a sample card, I want you to know that Adam and Aloria is working on it today. They physically take the paint out of the cans and are dabbing 25 colors just for you guys. And we're also working on our milk paint colors as well, right? Yep. So I went over really lightly with vintage white on top of my black and tried not to completely cover over the black. So I went with a really, really light coat, because I want this to be shabby distressed, not perfect, right? Now remember, if you do this and you pull up your tape, I like to, by the way, just do a quick dry before I even start to pull up my tape. But if you ever see bleed through, or, you know, something like didn't quite stick down very well, it's no big deal. Just take a smaller brush and, like, you know, do that area that needs done. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up these really quick. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nothing says fun like some stripes. Heck yeah, sign me up all day long. I love it. So this is the vintage white and the black, right? So, so cute. Oh, let's just finish drying this. So cute, I love it. What colors would you guys have done? Tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. I don't know what it is. When I think whimsical and I think stripes, just those vibrant black-white stripes is the bee's knees to me. Oh yeah. All right. Now, let's do a little distressing as well, just because we can. So I like to do that. I do my swipes again, the same way as I paint, the same way, same direction that my tape goes in. Oh yeah. All right, guys, what do you think? Bye-bye, plain boring wood. Hello, hello. All right, you're invited to the party. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I am going, for this, I'm gonna go and add one of my lovely rosettes, because, you know, Matt's like, are you done painting roses? No, I'm not done. Like, seriously, I love me some shabby roses, all right? So for this one right here, and actually it will match another little chair that I have that I painted very similar. Maybe I can show you at the end. But I'm thinking this would be so cool. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull out, well, actually, let me just start first. Let's just get back here. Let's just get back here to the basics. Okay, I'm getting ready to paint on here, all right? Look at that, paint on my fingers. Ah, it's okay. All right, let's go ahead and grab a paint brush to be able to work with. Let's see here. All right, so I'm just gonna take a small paintbrush that I have right there and a little bit of black, and I'll kind of show you, like, in my mind's eye where I'm thinking that I'm gonna actually put it. And I think I'm gonna go like right here, big giant shabby rose. What do you think? So I like to put down, because I'm an antique style painter, shabby painter, distressed painter, whatever you wanna call it. So I love, and think about when things distress and age over time, that's why you see lots of blacks and browns, right? That dirty kind of tea stain kind of look coming through. So this is where I would actually in my mind, visualize seeing a big shabby rose. What do you think? Could you picture it right there? Kind of catty corner. All right, so I lay down this first just to kind of like get a visual in my mind, and I kind of do it messy because I'm a messy painter. And then I like to go ahead and think, okay, where would I want like my big, you know, petal leaf to come off of this? Would be a leaf, not a petal. Let's go ahead and do that right there. Oh yeah. And how about we put like the second little leaf right there? Can you picture it? Can you picture it? This is the part where I picture it. If it helps you as well, you can take a chalk stick and do that, but this is like where I'm envisioning it right now. Okay, let's go ahead and put that into the water and dry this real fast. Berry Dance and black, or Pumpkinator and black maybe. Lucky Clover black. Yes, yes, yes! You know what would be really cool too? I'm just thinking out loud. Raising the bar. You know, that purple, that glam purple, sophisticated, kind of cool look. It'd be beautiful on here. All right, so let's get ahead, finish this up, pull it together. Oh my gosh, guys, I hope you go out and you find a tray like this, something similar, use this as inspiration, and use it. I mean, you can find some big, big trays. I mean, you can get whatever size you want. You could also get a cabinet door, put 2 handles on each side of it, and make what looks like a tray and do it in your own kind of style. That would be beautiful as well. Because I think, like, even if you use the pumpkin tutorial that I showed you yesterday and you painted a pumpkin on here, or one big pumpkin and maybe one small one with it, can you imagine how beautiful that would look? That would definitely be themed for fall, right? For like fall, Halloween, get you through all that fall season. All right, now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take one of my many plates. I'm a reuser, guys. So I will continue to reuse plates and all that sort of stuff as it dries, and keep using it here in my studio. Now what I'm gonna do is grab out a little bit of our Berry Dance, which is our really cool fuchsia color. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, there's our fuchsia right there. I think we're good to go there. All right, look how pretty that is. Love it. All right, and now let's go ahead and let me think here. I mean, I could do a little bit of red if I wanted to in with that, but I'm thinking we'll do some pink. How about that? Let's do some pink. All right, let me pop this open. This is a new Don't Make Me Blush. Baby, don't make me blush. Come on. All right, oh yeah. All right, let's stir this up. Let me find a dry stick that I can use to stir this up with. Oh yeah, oh yeah, right there. Thank you, Ashley. All right. So, oh, look at this beautiful pink color, guys. Oh man, it's gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna throw a little bit of the pink with the Berry Dance. Put this to the side so I don't spill it. And now let's go ahead for another brush as well. I'm gonna go and grab a bigger brush for this because I want it to be giant messy. So this is like the size brush it is. It's like 1 inch, I guess. Yeah, about 1 inch, I guess. If you go to Sonia's Favorite Things, which is a section on my website at junkmonkeypaint.com, just look for Sonia's Favorite Things. It'll list out a lot of things that you see me use that I think as a shabby painter that you just cannot live without. And so there's a brush. There's a brush set that I have multiple sets of, and I love it. All right, let's go ahead and get going here. All right, so let's think for here. Now what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of pink, the fuchsia, the Berry Dance, and a little bit of the Don't Make Me Blush. Now I have 2 of it, right, loaded on my brush. And so I like to get a little bit of it and a little bit. And now I leave my dark center, because think about how a flower in the center is darker, right? It's the shadow, it's down in the hole, it creates depth. And now what I'm gonna do is just with a little bit of each color, basically just start doing commas on either side. I have tutorials on my YouTube as well where I talk about this, but a little bit of both, I think just is so awesome. And I like to just swing my brush back and forth, all right? A little bit of both colors to create dimension and make it pop. And then you get to bring it and, you know, make it go as wide as you want. And what you're gonna find is as you start to do this, you'll get it to a point where you're like, oh my gosh, I love it. And remember, wherever you put your center of your rose, you'll start to see how it changes. If you mess up, just start over again. Easy peasy, right? So I like to add in a little bit of, make sure the pink's in there, like both. And remember that because our paint blends so nicely, what happens is when these two colors come side by side, they also create a third color. So you get that really cool dimension, right? So you want to have a little bit of everything going on. And you can go back in and you can swipe some what I call commas, all right, to get that look that you want. But I don't want to mess with it too much. The whole point of doing like a shabby style flower and Messi's flower is not playing with it too much. It's just kind of like putting it down and then moving along, all right? So you can play with that as much as you want, but you don't want to play with it too much. Just make it nice and shabby and big so it looks pleasing to your eye, and then walk away, okay? But I can make this smaller if I want it in here, you know? Oh, awesome. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, now what I'm going to do is dip my brush back into my paint washer upper mug. And let's go ahead and add some of the, some green for the petals. For the leaves. I keep saying petals. You guys are going to be like, that's not petals. I know, because you tell me all the time. All right, let's go ahead and like just trace out some of that. So remember we laid down that, we laid down the black, that shadow that's created. And now this is Lucky Clover. If you didn't want it so vibrant, I would definitely, you could, you know, you could lighten it up if you want, just add some white or antique lace into it, but you could also, you know, use like, for example, I Love You More, which is more of an olive color, but for me, I'm going pinks and blacks and vibrance, right? So I love that. Like, look at that. How cute is that? All right. All right, I'm gonna leave that just like that. All right, now let's go ahead and let that part dry. What do you guys think so far? All right, so you'll see that dry real fast. Now I do have a big scoop of it right there, so it's probably gonna take a little bit for that to dry. Unless I just want it for the sacrifice of what we're doing here today. Just let it go. Let it go. I'm gonna swoop it with my finger. So that way you guys can see it fully get done. But just know that if you create any peaks and valleys, let them dry on their own. Don't force dry them, or because it's going to take some time for it to dry, right? Because the paint would have to dry through all those layers. So pretty. You can do any colors you want. Have fun with it. I might even take it one step further because I'm a crazy, messy. Just have fun with it. Break the rules. There are no rules. All right, and I'm gonna go for it. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of black out onto my tray right here. All right, and then let's whip up with a little bit of water. So this is my $1 from the Dollar Tree water bottle, which I'm gonna add some water into my paint. So our paint is made so awesome quality that even when you put water with it, and it really just brings it down, you don't lose the quality of the amazing paint that it is. And so it's an acrylic base, which means that it does amazing things on all surfaces and furniture and all those great things. But at the end of the day, you can also use it to make your decor to actually match your furniture, because you're able to, you know, it's made with such an amazing pigment consistency to be able to even like bring it down to even more of a water, oh, pass that to me, awesome, water form. And you know, this is great for lettering, or if you want to like just do splatters or anything like that, right? So you control, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can control the thickness of how thick you want your paint. Now let's just have fun here. So put some water in there, and what this does is allows me to carry my paint even further. Oh yeah, I want to like, I think I'm gonna like add something right there. I'm gonna add, create, just basically trace over. I think I'm gonna trace over, yeah. I think I want to. Just trace over that flower a little bit. I mean, seriously, if I really want it right now, I could do a really cool like spin look on top of that flower, but I'm really liking that. In fact, I think I'm gonna add a few little squiggles in here just to make it feel a little bit more like, oh yeah, she's all crazy up in here, you know? She's just hanging out, being all crazy, being gorgeous crazy. All right, I love it. Squiggles, you can't go wrong with squiggles, my friends, okay? Squiggles just show where the fun has been. All right, who likes the squiggles? If you don't like the squiggles, leave them off. Wasn't there a kids group, something that was named something like the Squiggles? It wasn't the Jiggles. Was it the Wiggles? Maybe it was the Wiggles. Up to you if you want to do the Wiggles or not, all right? Or the Squiggles. We forgot that little. leaf right there. Let's add a little bit right there. Yeah, me too. I love messy, shabby, crazy. It's only paint, right? It's only paint. All right. Let's let this dry. Oh yeah, I likes it. All right, now let's go back for our medium grit sand pad. Now, I gotta make sure before I sand that this is dry, because I could end up pulling some of my paint, right? So like, I'm just kind of like being very, very careful. So just make sure when you're doing it that you take your time to make sure that everything is dried where it should, because otherwise you don't want to drag any of your paint, right? But I'm going to like, not only have I made this messy shabby, but let's take a moment to like try to erase some of the paint, okay? Because I've done the rest of the tray that way, so I want to make it happen for this as well. Oh yeah, let's get some of the dust out there. All right. So remember, you can distress the edges, all that fun stuff. All right. Look at this. This was just plain wood. Now look how gorgeous that is, right? All right, guys. Who is ready? Who is ready to go ahead and do some sealing? Because I am about ready. All right. So here's where I'm going to grab my Monkey Shine, which is our all-natural beeswax polish. It makes it so easy to be able to seal your piece. You're not going to worry about brush strokes or anything like that, especially if you're still trying to learn poly, and it's all natural and just so easy to work with. Who on here has tried the Monkey Shine? Go ahead and say below. Raise your hand and say, I have. All right, so brush, Monkey Shine. All right, these are all on the website. And now what I do is just go ahead and basically let's protect that paint job that I put in there. Look, can you guys see as this happens, like how gorgeous this is? Because it now just like revives all those paint colors. It nourishes them, makes them even sharper. Oh yeah. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. This is a great night. This is a great like project to get together with your friends and to create, like I said, even if you don't want to do the shabby rose, you could do a shabby pumpkin like I showed you yesterday. Go back and watch that video. If you're on our email list, you know I sent that tutorial out to you, so you don't want to miss all the good tutorials I do. Make sure you're on the email list. Just go to junkmonkeypaint.com, and there should be a box that pops up, usually after you're on the site about 30 seconds or so, to say, hey, do you want to subscribe? And so make sure you do that, or go find it at the very bottom of the website. So basically what I'm doing is making sure that I have Monkey Shine all over it. So what it's going to do is suck in and clog off all those paint pores, so nothing else is going to get in to be able to stain my paint. It's going to now resist anything, right? And this wood is probably like, oh yeah, I love it when you nourish me like that. All right, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Gloria. So now we go in for, look guys, I took out a nice clean buffing cloth just for you guys, all right? So these are on the website as well. So make sure if you get the wax, you need the brush and you need the cloth, okay? And so now what we can do is go ahead and buff off the top. And this is what I talk about, like, you know, when we put chapstick on our lips and we blot our lips with, you know, like a tissue or something to get the excess off. This is what you're doing right now. So basically the chapstick, the AKA the Monkey Shine, has gone into those pores, and now we get rid of anything that's left on the top, right? So we want it to feel nice and smooth and dry, so you know you've done a good job buffing when you have completely buffed your piece and it feels nice and like dry to the touch, right? Really soft and just buttery smooth. This is awesome. This is also a nice part because what happens is you're polishing your piece, right? So it's kind of like when you get out your jewelry and you buff your sterling silver, or, you know what I mean? Like you're really buffing it, you're polishing it, you're getting rid of any impurities. So if there's any like brush hairs, by the time you've sanded and you've completely polished, your piece just comes out looking like a diamond, like a gem. All right, there we go. Super happy with that. All right, give me hearts if you love it too. Are you gonna try it? Are you gonna try it? I think that is so cool. Oh, look, I just did some, what do you call it? I wiped it off real quick if I want it. But this just popped out and gave me some splatters across my Whimsical shabby floral. I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I might just leave it. Enjoy it for what it is. Guys, how easy was that? I hope you're gonna give it a try too. So today, the projects that I got knocked out in my studio, of course, was this awesome tray. Hopefully you're feeling inspired. And then on my YouTube channel this morning, I worked on this guy here and showed you how to bring this all together. So go ahead and make sure you check that out as well. I think Kate's gonna put up the link for you. And remember that chair that I told you that I did a chair that's somewhat similar to this? Let me see, I'm trying to think if I can show it to you guys. Let's see here. Maybe when I'm done, I'll have to take a picture because it's kind of like a bigger chair. Yeah, I'll have to wait and take a picture. It's not going to fit on the table. All right, but there you go. All right, so who's ready to find out who won today for sharing the video, hanging out with us, just chit-chatting, hanging out. Love your company, guys. So our winner today is, are you ready? Let's see if she's watching. See if she's watching. Dawn, congratulations. Dawn, you are our winner today, Dawn Brosnan. So all you have to do is email me at junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com, put winner in the subject line, and I will respond back to you and send you a code that you can use at junkmonkeypaint.com and get a $20 credit towards what you put in your cart, and maybe you'll try one of these fun colors. And so, yay! All right. Yay! All right, guys, I'm going to run. I've got to jump into my Coach and Create Club, my business coaching club, which, by the way, is going to close very soon. It'll be the last time it'll be open this year. So if you want to finalize 2018 with just getting some help from me with growing your handmade creative business, I'd be happy to help you. Just go to Junk Monkey Paint, where everything lives, and click Coach and Create Club. You'll find out more there. All right, I'm out of here. See you guys again tomorrow. We'll do something else fun. Take care. Bye.